Oh, welcome to the Happiest Hour. Thank you so much for being here. I'm a little more casual today. I'm a little more casual, just hanging out, wearing my hoodie and my hat and the beard. It's funny when you don't have the jacket on, and I have the beard. It does look far. I look like a Brooklyn hipster basically when I'm wearing that. I look like I live in Logan Square or NoHo in LA, or Los Feliz, I suppose. I don't know if people even have beards in LA anymore. Cheers, guys. Bienvenue à la Happiest Hour. L'heure de heureux. En français, bienvenue, welcome. We're here every day, Tuesday through Friday at 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, and 11:30 GMT. And I have a GNT here today, actually. This is a gin and tonic I made with some prairie, some delicious prairie organic gin. And there's a reason I'm a little bit casual today, is that we have a special day today. And to tell you about that is my co-host and good buddy, my co-producer of this show, Lancey Joe. Welcome to the show, Lancey.
Good to see you, Brendon.
Hooray. That's some good audio quality you got going on there. I'm
making a G and T, ginkgo and T.
G and T, ginkgo and T. We got made with some prairie-made Louisiana iced tea.
If I had some DI to that, some DIY, it's going to be great.
Garnish with that tea nice. Do you just have these? Are these just on your desk now? Like
they're on this table, which I'm sure Laura is happy that I'm just, I've got a ton of sponsorship nonsense sitting around here.
You're in the pocket of big corporate Louisiana iced tea.
Yeah, where is that box? Oh, here it is.
They basically own you, man. Where is your hat, Lance?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got two choices. I was going to leave it up to the audience and you, Brendon. It's probably just going to be you because the delay.
Yeah, could very well be.
Got
whoa, your hometown heroes.
This is a great hat. It's actually Laura's, but I wear it. It's an old school Abercrombie and Fitch hat. You remember these?
Whoa, buddy. The old school Abercrombie. Hold that up one more time. I feel like I need to screenshot that. Hold on a second. Yeah. Oh, dude. Climate control, superior AF. Oh man, that's by the way, let's do a quick shout out. Andrew is paying attention. He said he's been waiting all day for this show. I'm excited, Andrew Lawson. I'm glad you're feeling better, and I'm glad that you could tune in and laugh with Lancey and I. Also, Ernest Sophia from Iceland. Again, you guys, we're trying to get Helgi Steiner Gunnlaugsson? No, Gunnlaugsson? Helgi Steiner, anyway, on the show. He was supposed to. Today was supposed to be Oleg Denisov, but because it's 2:45 a.m. in Moscow, Oleg had to get up early tomorrow morning, and he messaged me today, and he was like, dude, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Apparently, it's difficult to get any work in Russia right now, so he got some job he's doing tomorrow and was like, I have to do it. So we're pushing that off to next week, but next week's going to be a crazy good week. I think Helgi's going to be on from Iceland. Oleg is going to be on. Hopefully, John
Krasinski is coming on.
John Krasinski's going to be on. We're going to tell him how to actually improve his audio quality and video quality. People have got to be hitting him up left and right for some good news and being like, dude, you look like you're being recorded from your laptop, which I'm sure he is. Like, his audio and video quality is, like, awful on that show. But, no, John Corcoran and then Jay Schweed. So, some cool people I think are going to be on next week.
Some terrific people. I say they're the best.
I say they're the best. Some people say other people pretty good. Those people, the best. It's not as good because Trump doesn't have a beard and he's never had one. So I can't. I need to get. Here's why I've been delaying getting rid of this beard is because this hair is getting pretty nuts, man.
I think that hair is pretty cute right now. Sound off in the comments if you think that hair is cute. If you didn't have a beard And like I like the beard, but if you didn't have the beard with that hair, like exactly like that, not like styled or anything,
Yeah.
and you had on like a what is that? What is that? The little whale logo? God, what is that? You know the little like the real preppy
The
clothes with
Vineyard
the
Vines.
Vineyard Vines. Yeah, if you had a Vineyard Vines polo on with that hair and no beard, oh man, your credit score would fire up.
People
would
be
be
offering you
prime.
jobs left and right.
Yeah,
Hey man, we have an opening in finance.
they were like, "Hey, do you know any CFOs?" And I was like, "I got a buddy or two."
Because Brendon Lemon's a CFO. No.
Did you know I used to be the CFO of Enron? A lot of people don't know that.
Wait, you mean Lil Enron, the rapper?
Lil Enron. My rap name is Lil Strap On.
Yo, my name is my rapper name is Necco Wafers. Do you remember Necco Wafers when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Dude, those were like there was only 100 years ago there was only like one candy, and that was candy corn. You got candy corn, and that was it. And then the next candy was Necco Wafers. It was like prototype. It came in that wax wrapping. Do you remember that? You would get Necco Wafers for Halloween, and you'd keep your Halloween candy in like one giant sack for like the whole year. And then 6 months later, you would go back to that sack, and all that would be left would be candy corn and Necco Wafers.
It's the only thing that can survive an apocalypse. So
I was just about to make that joke. Like, that's the only thing people think is going to be around after the nuclear apocalypse. Cockroaches and Necco Wafers.
Yeah. And I read an article actually before this whole pandemic happened, before it was too close to home.
Yeah.
But they were saying that eating insects is like a good alternative for protein in this because meat shortages and it's better for the environment.
Yeah.
So if you can stomach eating the idea of eating bugs, that's good
protein,
for
man. They eat them in Asia. There's beetles and stuff that they'll make. There's I watched what's that Weird Foods with Andrew Zimmer on the Travel Channel. I used to watch that, and he would go to like Thailand, and he'd go to like a wet market, you know, where people cook up Corona, and
right.
And he found there's a bunch of like bugs, and they would just be roasting pots of them, and he would grab them. People eat them like candy, like they're crunchy, they taste savory apparently.
Yeah,
you just grab them and like pop them in their mouth and like keep walking like they're nuts or something. And they're really high in protein. So,
yeah, I would totally try that. I'm a vegan, but I think that would be good.
But you're a vegan, but you would eat bugs.
I would.
Why? Why is that? How is that different in your mind?
Well, this is good for the earth.
Sure.
Because all these cattle and horses and bats that we're eating, all this bat soup we're consuming.
It's terrible. This bat soup is terrible for the environment. Why? How can we justify this consumption?
Right.
We got it. You know, it's probably well, first of all, I applaud that. I think that if you're a vegan, you should be able to apprehend eating bugs. You know what I mean? Like you could, because bugs don't have a lot of opinions. You know what I mean? They don't have a lot of feelings. They're not walking around thinking about a lot of stuff. Plus, it's like they don't have personalities. Maybe a praying mantis has a personality, but nobody wants to eat a praying mantis.
Yeah, it's very religious. It's the most religious.
It's the
bug.
most pious insect there is. He is. He's pious. I love that bug. That bug is so cool looking.
It's pretty cool, right?
I was 6 years old the first time I saw a praying mantis, and it blew my mind. I thought it was an alien from another planet. I really did. I was like, what the fuck is in the backyard? And my mom was like, oh, that's a bug. And I was like, no, it isn't. I've seen bugs before, okay? It's not a ladybug. It's not a silverfish. It's not a beetle. And my mom was like, no, it eats those things. And I was like, wait a minute. Wait, what? Bugs eat other bugs? I couldn't. At 6 years old, it blew my mind. I wonder who I would be now if that never happened to me.
Right. Yeah, you still reflect on that.
I wanted to ask you this question because Lance, you're a fit dude. You used to do CrossFit and all this stuff. What have you been doing to stay fit during the pandemic, man?
I do about 90 seconds of yoga in the morning. And today I actually left the house. I walked to Starbucks and got a mobile order and came right back home.
You went to Starbucks, you got the mobile order, you came back. That was the whole workout?
Yeah, well, it was over there, like, I guess it was maybe, all in all, I walked a mile, probably.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sore. Well, the other night when I got lost, I was sore from that. Because I haven't been using any real muscles. I've been using my thumbs for Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, your thumbs are really well developed, man.
Yeah, you noticed that, right?
Yeah, I noticed it. Have you been lifting weights with your thumbs?
I have been. Yeah, I got to stay in shape for GTA.
I'm like, you gotta, dude. This is so.
I can run your company, Dad.
Yeah, executive of the circuit board, executive of the skateboard,
executive of these rhymes, son.
Wait, that's the New York one. That's not still the. You can't be like executive of these rhymes when you have an Abercrombie and Fitch hat on.
Doesn't look right. Somebody would wear this in Brooklyn, like not the tie, of course, but this hat, they would wear it ironically.
Oh yeah, they would wear it ironically, and they'd have high water pants on. That's like really popular in the Lower East Side of Manhattan for some reason.
Oh my gosh, killing me,
dude!
Man.
They'll wear they're above the ankle. The pants, they're wearing them above the ankle, and then they have those big chunky white sneakers that moms used to wear in '92.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh yeah, be like, I look so good, man. And I'm like, literally the rest of the country thinks you look like an idiot. But for some reason, that's really, really hip and that cool. That's why I can't get laid in New York, is because I dress like a normal person.
Right. Well, I think in Brooklyn, they dress how the rest of the country will start dressing in 5 years or so.
I love that my mother just said my grandmother and my grandfather are watching this.
So keep the language.
Yeah, I guess I gotta watch out. Sorry, Grandma and Papa. They're wonderful people. I'm so sad I'm not going to be able to go see them on Memorial Day. I had all these plans. Lance. And
this is the worst part This is the worst part of the pandemic, is that your plans are messed up.
For weeks I've been saying that. I was talking to Gloria, and I was like, hey, I'm like, man, this is so messed up. This is the third time I've tried to like really move like to New York and make this happen. And then God sent this pandemic. And she was like, yeah, that's why this happened. It's because God wants to mess up your plans.
Yep.
And I was like, I know, right?
A simulation. I mean, it makes sense. You're the only real person. You know that, right?
I have a degree in philosophy. I definitely know that. I used to joke that my degree in philosophy enables me to ask really good questions like, what's the meaning of life and do you have any change?
That's good. At the end of shows, Aaron McDavis used to say, hey, y'all can tip us if you want, or we'll ask you again later on the red line.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Aaron. If you're watching this, we need to get Aaron on the show. I just know that he's been like working his schedule is totally crazy because it's kind of he's an essential worker, meaning he's essentially always working. That's what that basically means.
Man, he is. He's going through some battles, I think.
I think he is too. Some rap battles.
Yeah, he works. Grill. He's an essential worker. He's a rap battalion. He's in a rap battalion.
He's a corporal, I think, in the rap battalion. He keeps shooting volleys of rhymes, man.
I'll run your rap battalion, Dad.
What is that accent? I'll run your rap battalion, Dad.
I think it's a cross between Billy Madison and something else. I'm not sure where it's headed right now.
I dig it. I like that character. You should do that character. That'll be the first character you do on SNL when you get SNL, Lance.
Yeah, that'll be it. And for the week that I'm on there until they dig up these old stand-up clips and then find out that I said something funny.
As soon as Shane Gillis got it taken away, I was like, "Oh, I'm never gonna be on. I'm never. Every white dude on that show is the most milk toast. Just like, they pull him out of UC. Well, no longer UCB, but they pull him out of Second City or wherever,
right.
And they're just a bunch of guys who just they're just the most like, well, as a cis straight white man from the Midwest, I don't know if I have an opinion on this topic. You know what I mean? We're talking about finance, and be like, well, I don't want to speak for others. Like,
right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, Joe Biden would be better on SNL than that.
Oh man, creepy Joe Biden. How
Sleepy
has
Joe.
Trump not called him creepy Joe Biden? He's so creepy.
I don't think you're allowed to say it right now because we still need him to win because of impending doom or something like that. I read it in the New York Times.
Oh, the New York Times? Might as well said Washington Post.
Oh, the left-leaning New York Times? Are you serious?
My uncle with whom I do a podcast, Unkview, my uncle Mike McClure, who's a really smart guy. Every time I bring up the New York Times, he's like, "Oh, you trust the New York Times?" And I'm like, "Yeah, motherfucker, I do." Like, what can I tell you? They're a 100-year-old institution.
Right.
I trust them. You know what I mean? I trust them more than I trust the lady on the YouTube video that got shared around social media recently. I have to admit,
right.
I trust them more than that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do trust them to a point, but just like any 100-year-old, they do have moments. All right?
The old gray lady. Yeah. She's been going gray for a while, man.
Give me a nice 45-year-old something, like
come
the
on.
New York Post.
I want something fresh.
I trust the Post, really, because I want to find out when an alligator bites somebody in the butt or something, whatever's going on in Florida right now.
I love that, like, if you check Apple News, which only I do because I'm a baby boomer, is if I check Apple News, the top 5 stories, all 4 of them will be about, like, Donald Trump did this, and then the next one will be like, can you believe what Donald Trump did? And then the third one will be like, here's the opinion of blank on what Donald Trump said. And then the fourth one will be like, Donald Trump, what meant, the history of Trump saying this came out of this racist institution. And then the fifth one will be Fox News, and it'll be like, woman leaves baby in car, fights off alligator. Like that every time.
Well, you know how she got seriously, the lady got the alligator to let loose. This might save somebody's life. She stuck her fingers up its nose holes, dude, and it let loose.
Yeah, you heard that story too?
Yeah.
That little girl, she was getting attacked. You listen to this. You listen to this, audience. All 8 of you watching, there should be 8,000 people watching this for this information. Here's the thing. You listening to this, at some point in your life, will get attacked by an alligator. Statistics show. And
Statistics show for our entire Florida audience, you're getting attacked.
if you haven't vaped your own semen, you're going to get attacked by an alligator. You're falling into one of those two categories. Okay, Grandma and Grandpa? So, if you get attacked by an alligator, you listen to me, okay? Creepy Uncle Brendon tells you to do this. When the alligator's got a hold of your leg in its mouth, you take your fingers, you put it up the alligator's nostrils such that the alligator can no longer breathe. The alligator cannot respirate. When the alligator begins coughing and hacking because he can't or she can't breathe, alligators, either sex will attack you. I don't mean to... Male alligators do not have a monopoly on assault, okay? Female alligators will get you too. Let me tell you this. I am tired of this patriarchal news talking about male alligators, okay? Female alligators are just as capable of assaulting and reaming an innocent child as a male alligator. And you know what
I'm tired of? Cisgendered alligators.
Well, I don't want to judge an alligator's gender because they can choose whatever they want. And I mean that with 100% sincerity. Once they attack you, shove your fingers in their nostrils, okay? Then when the alligator begins coughing, it's going to open its mouth because it can't breathe. And just like you'd have to breathe out of your mouth. The alligator will open its mouth. You take out your leg, you punch the alligator in the dick, and you run away. That's what you do.
In the dick.
Even female alligators have dicks. I know. Look it up on Alligatorpedia.
Oh, by the way, in case anybody is even slightly offended by this, which I'm sure everybody
How
here
could you
is
not be? Let's be honest.
This is not a joke about sexist or cisgender. It's a joke about how you can't joke about anything. That's the joke. Okay, let's get the joke correct.
Thank you, Lancey, for pointing that out. Yeah, I feel like that's it. We probably should put that out. That's more of a joke about how you can't joke, and also a joke about the complicated relationships alligators have with identity than anything else. And the media.
And Florida as a state.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see though that Florida set up some coronavirus checkpoints in the state?
What?
And they like on the roads they set up like several coronavirus checkpoints, and they didn't find any coronavirus, but they did get 55,000 DUIs.
One of my favorite Ron White jokes ever is when Ron White was like, and then I got my next DUI, but that one was bullshit because they were pulling over everybody driving down that particular sidewalk. I love that joke so much. That man is brilliant.
He's pretty good. We should have him on.
We should. Let me go ahead and message him. Hey, Ron, what are you up to? He'd probably do it. I'll say, Ron, I will send you a really nice bottle of scotch. He probably doesn't drink anymore. I don't know. All he was doing was drinking and smoking cigars.
That's it.
It's weird. You can tell that like the weird like liberalism of the moment has gripped me because the last time I saw Ron White on television, he was smoking on stage, and I thought, he's smoking inside?
Yeah. Yeah, in Michigan, where you grew up.
Yeah. Louisiana of the North.
What was the rules on smoking as you were growing up inside?
Yeah, so you could smoke. I mean, there was like smoking and non-smoking until I think I was like, this is a good question. I think I was like 20 or 21, and then the law changed. You couldn't smoke inside at all.
Right.
Period. I mean, in your own home, you can do whatever you want, but like you could not smoke inside, and like any potential public.
Not butt stuff. You can't do.
Say that again.
Butt stuff. You said in your own home you can do whatever you want.
And then you're like, not butt stuff. Yeah.
Not butt stuff. Yeah, that's not true. Not in Michigan.
La sodomia. I can only say it like an old Italian man. I found it so fun lately to translate things into. I don't speak Italian at all, but to like translate things and so they sound Italian. So at work, they're like they have this marketing effort called Operation Swipe, and I keep calling every meeting. I call it Operazione Swipo. I think it's so funny, and they could not find that less entertaining. Every single meeting, they're like, Operation Swipe, and I'll go Operazione Swipo, and then they're like. So anyway, Operation Swipe, we're...
That may be the greatest joke I've ever heard. Ever. I love it so much. I really do. Anything that disparages the Italians is good for me.
That's how you and I have always been friends. Is that we share a mutual dislike for the Italians.
Distaste. I wouldn't even drive a Ferrari if I could.
No, it's pronounced Ferraro mia. I want to drive my Ferrari mit meine sodomia.
You're rolling your R's harder than I rolled at what is that festival? That festival of lights over there. Lollapalooza.
Festiviole de Lume.
That's Festival of Lights.
Festiviale de Sodomia.
Festival of Sodomy.
It's not something. It's not. They don't enjoy it. It's not the enjoyment of the act. It's the aesthetic experience that they enjoy.
It's like a fine leather seat.
It's a fine leather boy's bottom. Oh, I'm sorry, Andrew. Andrew asked me previously. He was like, "Can you shy away from the gross stuff?" And I was like, "I'll try my best." He's such
Andrew
a good
Lawson
guy.
said that?
Andrew Lawson.
Yeah, that's funny.
Super fan.
He's great.
If we make T-shirts that for this show, first of all, holy crap, that will be a success. But secondly, he will be the first one to get one. I'll send it on the house if we ever make them.
Let's have a Italian saying on it. What would the show be called? The Happiest Hour. What would that be called?
It would be called the Uro the Happiness. The Uro the HA-penis.
That's so good.
By
the way, we're not joking about Italians, by the way. We're joking about how you can't joke about Italians.
Yeah, no one can joke about Italians.
That's the one group you can joke about.
You can't. Have you? This is the clip that will prevent me from getting on SNL. All that Asian racism I had episodes ago. That's right. Fine. This is the one. Because Lorne Michaels is Italian, and you know that because his first name is Lauren. All the Italians have girls' names for their first names. This is Lauren. This is Courtney. This is Kelly. Aaron.
This is Lancey.
This is Lancey. This is my daughter Lancey.
Oh, man.
Rachel Rossina, don't be upset you have some spaghetti is my favorite Italian phrase. Do not be upset. You have some spaghetti. On
to the news. After that's our Italian portion of the show.
Now concludes the Italian portion of the show. Now, one of my favorite things to do sometimes when hosting a show or a mic is to get up and go, well, now begins the comedy portion of this evening. And then
I heard Hari Rao one time, hilarious comedian. You know Hari, right?
Yeah, I know Hari.
One time he got about 5 minutes into a set at Chicago Joe's, and he said, "Hey, y'all want to hear a joke?"
God damn it, that's pretty good.
It was so sincere too. I don't think that he even meant to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he did or not, but
You guys
it
want to
was
hear a joke?
it was so good. It was so good.
I really like if I ever host an open mic or a show, I mean, not really a show, but if I ever host an open mic, my favorite thing is when somebody gets up and bombs, you go, like, please give it up for the spoken word poetry of, and then like the person who was just up. Oh man, it's beautiful. Hari Rao, would y'all like to hear a joke? That's so good. I wonder when comedy's gonna come back, man. It's how are we gonna live without it?
I mean, they're canceling everything. They're still canceling everything.
I'm surprised this show isn't canceled. You all saw the first parts of it.
Did you see the June 5th? There's supposed to be a lunar eclipse. It got canceled because of coronavirus fears. This is celestial. Eclipse lunar.
This is my son, Celestial.
we both went right back to the Italian jokes.
You have to keep coming back. That's the great thing about Italian jokes. You come back for more. Because it's endless breadsticks and Italian jokes. Bottomless pasta.
Yes. When you're doing these jokes, you're family. That's what the deal is.
Oh man, my family's not Italian. My family's all Scottish and English. And our thing is, we don't say when you're here, your family. We say when you drink, your family. Because when you drink, you're right in here with us. You're one of us. You're one of the
drunk.
drunks. When you drink, you're drunk. I love. You know who Yogi Berra is?
Yeah, man. I saw a lady wandered into Yellowstone Park, and
I knew it. Jellystone, by the way.
But I really wrote this joke today. A lady in the news. I think this was from New York Post. I did read the Times today, but this one was from New York Post, so it's for real.
Sure.
A lady apparently went into Yellowstone Park and got injured somehow. I didn't read the article, but I was like, yeah, and lost her picnic basket.
Hey, boo-boo.
Hey, I don't know about this, Yogi.
No, we're going to maul this lady.
Hey, Yogi, a lot of people are getting in trouble.
You shut up. He's such a bigger bear.
He is.
And he's got a little twink with him when he's out there in those woods.
Boo Boo's so cute, man.
Boo Boo? Oh, yeah, he's the best. He was the brains behind that operation. Operazione Boo Boo.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So you were going to tell me about Yogi Berra.
Yeah, he used to say these great quotes. The man was a genius where he would say, you know what I mean? He would say things like, if you see a fork in the road, take it. Like things like, man, it's beautiful that he would say these things. I wish I could speak like that. Like in the opposite of parables, you know what I mean? Just in small aphorisms that make no logical sense, but somehow parse syntactically. Like, it's beautiful. Right. The man is a walking... I would love... Noam Chomsky just would constantly be following him around, like, trying to figure out what he said and how he said it.
Yep. I remember that about Noam Chomsky. He's still alive.
Yeah. Yeah, right? He's got a beard right now, too.
Does he?
He do.
You've been watching his... You know, if you watch too many Jordan Peterson videos, they start mentioning... They start suggesting you watch Noam Chomsky.
No, they don't. Do they really? Wait. You watched a bunch of Jordan Peterson videos, and then YouTube was like, "We think you are starting to skew too far right, my friend."
Yes.
Here's just a sprinkle of far left.
Yeah. Well, I think that YouTube's trying to reunite everybody. It's like, all right.
That doesn't make Lance, that makes no sense. Because Noam Chomsky is not, like, the antidote to far right isn't a guy on the far left. Like, that doesn't They're opposite. The opposite of Jordan Peterson should be somebody expressing a moderate opinion and arguing something that makes sense in the middle. You know what I mean?
Are you suggesting your new book?
It's fun. I'm glad that you bring this up because somebody already did this. They wrote a book called The Stoic Salesperson. Le salesperson stoici.
Whenever your hand comes up, I'm always wanting the Trump impression, and then I keep getting the Italian.
He looks like that. I know I've said this before, but he looks like an emoji.
I think somebody put a animated not a harmonica, an animated harpsichord in the middle one time, and it was like it was very funny.
You mean not a harpsichord, a harmonium? No, it's not a harpsichord. Is the precursor to the piano. That's
Hari Rao.
Hari Rao. Somebody put Hari Rao in the middle. Operazione Hari Rao. Oh my God.
As coronavirus fears heighten, hipsters still worried about polio.
Hipsters trying to make points. Have you ever listened to a hipster speak? They'll try to make points, but all they can do is gesture at ideas. They'll be like, "What do they?" Yeah, it's like, but what even about polio? You know? I'm sorry. Are you trying to make a point? Well, I'm just saying, it's crazy because. Oh, we've gotten so many bits out of this show.
This is getting good. And it's like, just give me my coffee, dude, so I can get out of here.
Yeah, come on, man. I came into this. I didn't come in to this overpriced cafe for the interesting quips from you behind the bar. I came here so that I could leave and feel better about myself from not buying from Starbucks.
Right. Which I can't even make it through a pandemic without having to go to Starbucks.
Well, I think Starbucks likes you. I think that the relationship is actually Starbucks needs you more than you need them.
Well, I'm in a tie, first of all. And second of all, I have a Yankees hat sitting right here. I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan. Of course I'm going to drink Starbucks.
Right? You saw
Mickey Mouse. I love it.
Coca-Cola. Pan American Airlines. Come on, everybody.
That's where we need to be going.
Michael Jackson. I'm a little less Phil Jackson, a little more Michael Jackson. One of these days, you said you were going to teach me about sports, Lance.
Oh, yeah. Have you started watching The Last Dance? You need to watch that.
No, I ended up watching Dancing with the Stars, which is not the same program. I kept watching going, where's Michael Jordan?
Right.
It wasn't Michael Jordan. It was the guy from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Did you see that? Did you see the Michael Jackson thing, though? When that came out, the Michael Jackson
thing with the kids? With the now grown up kids? Yeah.
Yeah, halfway through he turned into a werewolf and started dancing around. I was like, holy crap. At the beginning he was just on a date.
I tried to write jokes about that so often, and I'm pretty sure that is the most offensive I've been on stage, is trying to write jokes about that documentary.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that I could approach it without still. I'm just a guy who, if I say some stuff, people in the audience go like, he's serious.
Right.
Even if I say it ironically.
Right. I think that's the good thing about having a Southern accent, is that people are like, I'm better than him. Who cares what he says?
People look at me and they go, this Northern Yankee. Look at the whale on his shirt. He knows exactly what he's saying.
Yeah, he knows exactly what he's saying, and we do have an opening in finance for him.
That's really funny. He should. Why is he on stage talking about stuff? He should be underwriting loans for people buying cars. What's our risk portfolio? Operazione portfolio risca.
Portfolio risca. I love it.
Portfolione. It's so much fun to do. When you start doing it, you can't. I challenge you at home to do this and not stop doing it because it's unbelievable how freaking fun it is.
Fun with the Italian language. Brought to you by Brendon Lemon.
This is my first NPR show right here. Is me just doing goofy Italian things.
Who is that? Is it Terry Gross that hosts Fresh Air?
Yeah, Terry Gross. She's she's a great lady.
I always think it's funny though that she has these people on who are so qualified to talk about whatever they're talking about that she spends the first 15 minutes of a 20-minute broadcast listing their credits. She can't even get through the credits. Yeah. She's like, this next person won the Golden Globe for whatever, nominated for the L'Oreal UNESCO Award. And it's like, all right, we get it. They know what they're talking about. Now let's hear them talk. So then they get one question in because their credits were so long.
They bring it in. She'll be like, Lance, what was it like when you first set out to change our relationship with World Heritage Sites and skincare?
And it's like an off-the-wall question, and that the person is so brilliant, they thought this question might come up.
Well, that's a great question, Terry. That's a great question. You know,
I've thought a lot about this in my studio, where I also house
refugee children who need skincare. And I think a lot about this. But one doesn't really set out, Terry, to change the relationship. One only sets out to settle an inner challenge with World Heritage Sites and skincare.
That's good.
This is my son, Terry Gross.
Those people on that show are so left-leaning that they actually voted for Trump. That's how far left they are. They came all the way around.
Came all the way around to their side.
That's why they mentioned Noam Chomsky.
They were like, no, we should close the borders. There shouldn't be any borders. We should close them.
I like how the newspapers reported that after this coronavirus thing, they were like, both newspapers, both New York Times and the Post, the only two newspapers, they both reported Trump now wants to shut down the borders. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he has that's a through line.
Yeah. Like now that there's an infectious disease, let's just open them up again.
It really feels, I'm not going to lie, it really feels like that would be the move he would make though.
Yeah. It
would be like, oh, it's an infectious disease, time to open them. And then watch the liberals whine about how much they want me to close them.
I ran a lot of people don't know this, but I ran the U.S. Mexican marathon last year. At mile 20, I hit the wall.
God damn it! You did not just come up with that. That's pretty good, Lance.
Nah, that was in my repertoire.
Well, buddy, I feel like we should probably wrap this. This is going pretty good. I'm gonna cut it out while we're still hot. You know what I mean?
Otherwise we're gonna be. Ah, man, we should have stopped with the Italian stuff.
Yeah, we should exactly. That joke is gonna get old to people really quickly.
We've lost several of our Italian viewers.
Sodomia.
I love that. God. All that came from all of that. 20 minutes of the show came from me saying butt stuff and you saying the song.
Firenze. All right. That's a name for Florence in Italian. Firenze. You go to Firenze? They're so angry. They keep yelling all the time. They go crazy. They are in a Firenze.
I thought you were saying butt stuff frenzy.
My favorite thing is all the words in Italian. Somebody just wrote, "Oh, good one, Lance, on hitting the wall." My mother said my mother is a funny lady. She's very funny.
Do you like that one?
She liked it
sincerely.
She liked and she hit that like. She hit that subscribe.
Pound that subscribe. Leave a comment.
Hit that like, but hit that subscribe button. All right, I should roll. Lancey Joe, thank you so much, man. This has been a lot of fun. I'm sad that Oleg couldn't join us because this would have been a blast, but I love it when you and I get to hang out and just do our stuff. How many bits? I said
yesterday,
I get so many bits talking to you. I get all the bits because I'm going to get up on stage and do that Italian accent now.
Please do. Whole time.
Get off. Please leave is what they're going to say. This was a music open mic.
This was not an open mic.
What? Are you guys trying to tell me you didn't like that joke? Here at the Italian-American Relations Club?
At this Olive Garden, y'all don't like this joke?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I was family.
Sir, you're at the hostess stand at the local Olive Garden. Please sit down.
This is the hostess of the Olive Garden, David. My daughter David. I don't know what accent that is anymore.
It's getting wild. It's becoming your own thing. Make it your own. Make it your own.
All right, buddy. Take care. I will see you tomorrow.
Bye, y'all.
Peace, everybody. We'll be back here tomorrow at 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, and 11:30 GMT. Take care.